We are at Ashkelon right now, which is one of the 5 cities of the Philistines.
We're at Beersheba in the biblical Negev. The Beersheba means well of the oath, and this is where Abraham confirmed a treaty with the Philistines.
This is part of the water system of Beersheba.
We're in the Negev wilderness at the ruins of a Nabatean city called Adad.
We're near the city of Kadesh Barnea, which was the camp of Israel during their 40 years in the desert.
We are over 20 years old,
and because of our unfaithfulness, we're dying in the desert.
We're under 20 years old, and we're going to the promised land!
We're in the wilderness of Paran, where God fed the Israelites with manna, but the first generation of Israelites died because of their unbelief.
Presents Christ. You'll see it represented.
Behind me are the heights of Edom, who are descendants of Esau, who despised his inheritance and sold it for a pot of lentil soup.
This morning we hiked Masada!
We're here at Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. Behind me is cave number 4.
We're at Qumran, Cave 1, where the first 7 Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered.
This is the Jordan River near Jericho, and this is where Elijah took his cloak, struck the water, and crossed with Elisha on dry ground.
We're at the biblical site of Aphek, the source of the Yarkon River, and this is where the Philistines captured the Ark of the Covenant from the Israelites.
In the New Testament, this city was called Antipatris. This is where Paul was brought as a prisoner on his way from Jerusalem to Caesarea.
We are at the ruins of the ancient city of Caesarea, built by Herod the Great, and this was the Roman administrative capital during the time of Jesus.
Paul was imprisoned here for 2 years, proclaiming that Jesus is the Messiah.
We're on Mount Carmel, where Elijah contested with the prophets of Baal.
We're at a rolling stone tomb similar to the kind Jesus was buried in.
We're going through the water system of Megiddo.
We've just conquered Megiddo.
We are in the city of Jezreel, where King Ahab had a palace, and his Baal-worshipping wife Jezebel was thrown out the window and died.
We're at the spring of Harod, where in the days of Gideon, 300 men were chosen to fight against the Midianites.
We're in Nazareth, where Jesus grew up.
We're in a little village called Cana, which commemorates the first miracle that Jesus performed when he turned water into wine.
We're overlooking the northwest side of the Sea of Galilee, where most of Jesus' ministry occurred.
We're here at the ruins of Magdala, a city on the west side of the Sea of Galilee. Behind me are the ruins of an ancient 1st century AD synagogue.
This is the upper Jordan River that flows into the Sea of Galilee, and in the time of Jesus, it was the border between Herod Antipas's territory and Herod Philip's territory.
On the east side of the Sea of Galilee, during the time of Jesus, this area was called Decapolis, and it's somewhere in this area that Jesus healed a Gentile demonic.
We're at Capernaum, which was the home of Jesus during his public ministry in Galilee.
We're on the shores of the Sea of Galilee at Capernaum.
We are in the city of Chorazin, one of the 3 cities where Jesus did most of his mighty works.
We're at the north side of the Sea of Galilee. This is the traditional location for the Sermon on the Mount.
Behind me is a 1st century boat found on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. It's like the boats that Jesus and his disciples would have sailed the waters with.
We're on a boat on the Sea of Galilee.
On the shore of Galilee, Jesus was.
Alright, we are at Bet Shan, which means the place of Shan, and we're here standing in the Roman Byzantine section.
Behind us are ancient Canaanite Israelite ruins where the bodies of Saul and his sons were hung on the wall.
We're in a valley that connects the city of Pnuel and Shechem
Jacob may have walked right here in this valley.
We're at Beersheba, the biblical...
We're at Qumran, where the Dead Seas were.
Hills.
It's pretty cool.
Every time she's the mafia, she like leaves me to squirm. It's ridiculous.
That's not true. Yeah, I don't remember, but actually I do. Wow.
We're at Capernaum, which is the home of I said is.
That the apostles and
One of the 3 cities where Jesus.
In the Negev highland in the city of Lebatia.
Where Saul and the bodies of his... Okay, wow. Just no.
This is the traditional location for the Sermon on the Mount.
God bless America.